Hello, I'm TheZOMBIEJ, and as a special Bionicle Day exclusive list video, we're going to be talking about the top 5 reasons why people hate Bionicle G2. Yes, people actually hate Bionicle G2, which causes the people that like G2 to hate the people who hate G2. Big old hate fest. So, this is kind of weird because I'm sure there's plenty of reasons out there, but these were the 5, well, maybe 6, that really made up the list as best as, well, it is. Number 5 is the budget was slashed. Clearly, the budget wasn't big enough. Like, they had a budget, and then they kind of took some of the money and put it towards the Star Wars CCBS sets because that's a licensed theme. Bionicle was unlicensed. This is silly, honestly. I feel like Bionicle G2 should have had a better budget than the one it already had. And, you know, I'm sure people are saying, well, it had a decent budget. Doesn't really show it in the material that went all to waste. And how rushed the story was. We'll get to that. Number 4 is it's not Bionicle enough. This is silly. I mean, in a way it's true, but also just because it has Lego Bionicle in the name of the product doesn't mean the set actually reflects the name of the product. And this is a kind of a similar issue with one of the further reasons. Bionicle G2 being not Bionicle enough, there are reasons for why this is, and I'm looking at the reason as, well, because people just choose not to accept this as Bionicle as a revival. You know? G2 existed because of G1's success. And that is something you have to take into account, you know? Whether you like it or not, G2 had potential and just didn't show it. Number 3 is the sets did not sell well, despite what representatives may have said on social media. They did not sell well. I've bought the sets, clearly. But there's plenty of people out there who were G1ers that didn't buy the sets because they didn't believe in it. And yet you still have people who bought the sets and enjoyed building the sets, enjoyed playing with the sets. People bought the sets, yet still Bionicle fans, we are not their target audience. No. Target audience is kids who want Lego sets. Number 2 is the story is bland. Yeah, this is completely true. The story is kind of bare bones in a way. It's bland, it's kind of lame. Bionicle G1 definitely had a convoluted story, but I find myself enjoying that one a lot better than G2's story. G2's story had some good ideas, but its execution was lukewarm and wasn't anything special. But that doesn't mean it didn't have potential. Number 1 is twofold. We've got 2 reasons here at number 1, and I'm going to go with the first one right now is Journey to done. Yeah, the Journey to 1, the execution of this show just wasn't really that good, apparently. The last episode, the last 6 or so minutes were rushed. It seems like this entire 4 episode, counting the prologue, was a rush job that didn't appeal to any child who would have tried watching it. Didn't appeal to Bionicle fans at all. And, well, overall, it ended up being a complete mess. Especially the last few minutes. It was rushed. It really was. I watched it, and, oh my god. It did not work at all, and I assume that they had time, but they just felt like wasting time jerking it instead of, you know, actually putting much effort into writing a cohesive and coherent story. And finally, the second part of this twofold, at number one, is the fact that LEGO used Hero Factory parts. This is the silliest reason why Bionicle G2 gets so much hate. Because it's Hero Factory parts. CCBS doesn't exclusively pertain to Hero Factory. It was used in Hero Factory, yes. It was used in Legends of Chima. It was used in Star Wars. It was used in DC and Marvel superheroes. It wasn't just Hero Factory, alright? Yes, Hero Factory was probably the first line to feature this new system, but there was others that used it as well. So, just because Hero Factory first used CCBS parts doesn't mean you have to automatically assume those as Hero Factory parts when Hero Factory wasn't the only line that used these parts. So clearly, your argument is invalid. Now, obviously, there was probably more reasons than just these, well, 6 that I have presented to you, but these were the ones that I felt were most critical, and, well, the thing is, G2 doesn't deserve the hate that it got. It had good ideas here and there, story-wise, but it ended up falling flat, it faltered, it reverted, and it kind of just did not appeal to Bionicle fans, and, well, the kids of back then, of 2015 and 2016. Now, I liked the sets. Okay, there was 3 that I shat all over. Watch those 3 videos, they're in the channel. They're in a couple playlists, I think. But still, there were some, the TOA sets were fantastic. The 2015 TOA sets were pretty awesome. The 2016 sets were the bomb. They really were. They were awesome. They kicked ass. The villains for G2 were forgettable, yes. That could be another reason. But, you know, I liked Umarek the Destroyer. That is a fantastic set. It might come off as a bit of a generic big baddie set, but hey, there's worse big baddie sets out there, I'm sure. So that is our list. What do you think, ladies and gentlemen? Post in the comment section below what your top 5 reasons why people hate Bionicle G2. And really, when you think about it, it doesn't deserve the hate that it got. It really doesn't. While it did have potential, it just wasn't fully realized. And while there are people out there who like G1, G2, and Hero Factory at the same time, I respect that very well. It's just one of those is, to me, is most preferred. You know, I prefer G1 over G1 and Hero Factory, but Hero Factory had some good sets, and G2 also had good sets, but the story... I'm running around in circles at this point, so I hope you all enjoyed this video. I've got a couple more Bionicle Day exclusive videos to post, and we'll be done. What? And we'll be done, so stay tuned for more videos. I am TheZOMBIEJ. I'll see you folks there. Have a good fucking day, and peace.